Often I think it is good on a Sunday to leave reflections, sometimes short and to the point. And to that end, I have an excerpt from Knowing the Love of God by Father Reginald Garrigou Lagrange, one of the greatest minds of the Church in the modern era before Vatican II. And it's an excerpt from his chapter on sin. Specifically, the excerpt is on the subject of Purgatory, because today is All Souls Day. Remember, for the first 8 days of November, there are indulgences attached to praying for the holy souls in purgatory, going to a cemetery and praying for them. You can go look up the details on it for more specifics, but it is a great act of mercy to do so, to pray for the holy souls in purgatory. And you don't have to only do this during the 8 days of November. It's just there are extra indulgences attached at this time of year. With that, Father Reginald Garrigou Lagrange on Purgatory. Purgatory is a temporary privation of the greatest good, the vision of God. It is the state of abandonment in which the soul, immersed in the darkest night, is deprived of contact with any creature whatsoever, suspended as it were between heaven and earth, between the earth it has left behind and the heaven to which it has not yet been admitted. The faculties of knowing and loving are deprived of any object, while one seeks in vain to cling to something. The great mystics have described for us the terrible passive purification of the senses and of the spirit through which God separates the soul from every creature, denying it every consolation, human help, and sensible devotion. He leaves the soul only the virtues, namely, faith with all its darkness, hope against every hope, and a suffering love nourished only by the very suffering that it heroically supports. St. John of the Cross affirms that these purifications, preparing the saints for the highest contemplation, are more terrible than 1,000 deaths. In reality, the soul, without an exceptional grace, would not have the strength to survive. Purgatory will be like that. If our soul is stained with sin, it must necessarily be purified, either here, below, or after death. We can believe that purgatory will be relatively severe for the souls that have committed only indelible venial sins that caught them off guard. How terrible and long will it be for the souls that sinned venially with full intent and knowledge and culpable negligence. Perhaps with their lips they never dare to say so, but their actions in life speak more openly than their mouth, crying out, "I am offending God. I know that I am wounding his love, abusing the blood of my Savior, and squandering the graces of absolution and communion, and many more. Such is the price of satisfying for an instant my egoism, my self-love, my sensuality, my vanity. What retribution will be paid in purgatory for this seductive aspect of our wretched satisfactions?" And that is Father Reginald Garrigou Lagrange on purgatory. Perhaps a different take on purgatory than you're used to hearing. I'm reminded of what I was always told by priests and deacons when I was first entering the church on purgatory, that those who pray for souls in purgatory, if those souls are released, you'll have a great advocate in heaven praying for you. They will be overjoyed and very grateful to you and I for the part we played in their having made expiation, paying the temporal price for their otherwise forgiven sins. It is, I don't think, necessarily a good motive, a quid pro quo, if you will, for attending to the holy souls in purgatory. But it is a great act of charity, one which, especially this time of year, is rewarded through the spiritual treasuries of the church in ways that we cannot comprehend while we live in this life. So go please pray for them. And always in life, whenever you hear of a public figure who was Catholic or thinking of becoming a Catholic who passes away, pray for them. If you hear of a public figure, a musician, a politician, or whatever it is, who you firmly believe could actually convert, should people be praying for them, then pray for them. But whenever somebody in the public sphere passes away, pray for them. Maybe it's hard to hear these days. I don't know. It is All Souls Day. Please make the most of the rest of the octave in the first part of this month. Let me know what you think of this in the comments, please. Like and subscribe if you haven't. It does help. Sharing this on social media helps too. And as always, pray for the church. I'm Anthony Stine. Ave Maria.